what social media is all about is it's all about you and where you meet up with all of the pieces and all of the people who are out on the internet. And some of the services that Miriam was describing are the services that I use the most. So Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. How many people have Twitter accounts? Nice. Facebook? LinkedIn? Okay, so LinkedIn is the biggest thing going here. And for the people who kept their hands up for those 3 questions, you know that you do different things in each one of those spaces, or that you even have different friends. Like my 700 plus friends in LinkedIn are nowhere like my 700 plus friends in Facebook or my 1,000 plus friends in Twitter. They're all different communities, and sometimes I use the same messages across those communities to see what kind of response I'll get from those other crowds. So it's very scientific, actually, in its own way. Even though I'm just this generalist evangelist, I actually do some scientific studies of myself on my own to see what I'll glean from each one of these areas. And the crossover opportunities are actually quite amazing that you'll get. Let's see. I put this together. I love words. I'm a poet, so I love words. And I love alliteration, so if you see a lot of that, just ignore it. But I built this. Building relationships is about caring, hearing, adopting, learning, liberating, embracing, networking, generating, and executing. And I have this science that I've run very large networks. I've run some of the largest websites on the internet. I was on the team that started Engadget, and Engadget is one of the top 5 websites in the world, not blogs, websites, period. So it's pretty huge, and it's pretty interesting how we worked to bring in a community, keep that community, interact with that community, and continue to grow the publication based on our own editorial expertise. Are you keeping the time? Okay. Okay, great. So it's important to care about your reader's attention and to actually listen to what they have to say. We've said this already about audience associates and affiliates communicating daily on these. And a lot of you are here. I'm amazed at how many people here are actually all happening. She didn't tell me that y'all were going to be this involved. So I thought it was going to be more new news for you. Trust is the biggest thing. We live in interesting times, as we all know. We live in a financial crisis time, and so a lot of people are very nervous, especially freelancers, about where they're going to get their next gig, how it's going to work, how it's going to sustain them. And so what I urge and advise all of my freelance writers, because I have hundreds of freelance writers who write for me now in my current gig too, and all of you should follow me on Twitter, because you could wind up writing for me too. Because I just launched a green publication called Super Eco, and I'm looking for science writers. So if y'all want to write for me, don't be shy. Follow me and just say, at researching. My Twitter ID is researching, the word researching. So just, do an at researching. I'd love to follow up with you based on the SWINey conference. And I will write back to you and tell you what opportunities I have in this area. But trust is huge. Building your trust and keeping that trust going, and building it in your social network, and actually aligning yourselves with people who have the big T, not the small t's, little trust, but big capital trust. If you can align yourself with those people, your trust increases with their credibility. Adopt a new attitude. I think you're all doing that already. This seems like a very informed group. Okay, learning new measurements. Beyond commenting, which is what you did, linking, ranking, faving, digging, twittering, friending, these are all things that freelance writers have to do every day. And not even freelance writers anymore. Any writers have to be involved at this level in order to be able to get their cred out there in a way that it helps to sustain them with new opportunities. What? Sure.
I'm curious why you would want somebody to Twitter you instead of email.
Because that's where I am most of the day right now with my current gig. Email, I get over 1,000 emails a day. You are just not going to find me there. We're going to do questions later. There's a thing called TweetDeck, and I'll tell you about that later. That helps you to handle that. She's going to cut me off any second now. So, liberating your own private evangelist, embracing the unexpected, networking social media style, which is what we're doing here. We're networking social media style, and generating a memory that you want to be remembered, because the internet doesn't forget anything that you write. A lot of people forget this. They think, oh, I'm not writing for a publication. I'm just leaving a comment, or I'm just saying this here, or I'm just IMing, or I'm just doing this. Well, all of that has gone into the group Grok, and your words will come back and bite you big time in the butt. And they do, and they have, and I've seen this happen over and over again to people. Blah, 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 blah. Social media, blah, blah, blah. It's all important. Yeah, when we do the little talk where we all get together and talk, I'll tell you some secrets about Twitter.